Today's stream, tonight's stream. I don't know why I keep messing that up. Why my stuff messing? I was about to say, I'm like, bro, there's no reason for you to not be connected. Alright, let's go ahead and start this game. What's up, DK? How's the day treating you? I don't know why it's like every time, like now, if I feel like from now on, like when I see you in chat, so I always think I'm like talking to somebody like down the street from my house. Pretty decent. That's always good. Always good. Always good to have a decent day. How was the car a different color? I'm gonna question it. It's the same. Yeah, it's like, I mean, we both live in the same state. Like, besides friends, I think you the first like person outside of you two, like, or yeah, friends, but I think like outside of that group, like you are the first person I talked to from Washington. What's up, Illy? Trying to get this 4,000 kilometers achievement. I guess I'm close, but you had to switch. What did you play? Mainly Mario Kart. That was the one game I mainly stayed on because that was the only game I really knew about. I remember when Super Smash Brothers came out and I was like, okay, let me go ahead and play this, but I couldn't get into it. I know that's like the go-to game to play, but I was like, I couldn't get into it. I was a Mario Kart kid growing up. Recently, I don't know what that is, but I know another game I was gonna I should have just played that since it was a single player game, because I was like, I didn't need to have the online service to play it. But Legend of Zelda. Oh, Animal Crossing. Oh, okay, yeah, Animal Crossing is another game where I was like, I just wish that they hadn't surprised me with that whole subscription thing. I was like, when I got my Switch, I didn't need no subscription. Then all of a sudden, like, need a subscription. I ain't like that, so. One thing I am waiting for is, actually, no, they do kind of got something out there like that where you can play, like, PC games off of a handheld device. I'm like, fam, I saw that on Amazon for, like, I think $1,200. I'm like, I might end up getting that. Well, I'll watch some videos on it first, but play with my Irish bestie. Okay, okay. You watched the NBA? Did you see Ja Morant block yesterday? I saw his name was trending, but I didn't know what it was about. But yeah, it's like we all got that one friend like somewhere. I got like a friend in the UK. What game did we used to play? I remember me and her, we used to play some game together, but it might have been Call of Duty. Dude jump near the square of the backboard. The pictures he got so high. Oh, I think I did see that because there's the guy where I watch like the he does voiceover videos, DJ Michi Meech, and I think I did see that he did jump high. I was like, hey, that's not even normal. That's like some 2K stuff. You jump that high, something ain't right, bruh. Like you got springs in your shoes. Watch, I bet they're gonna try to figure out what shoes he wear, and they're gonna try to like NBA gonna ban them. But they got these springs in it and all that. Got 2 buttons in the UK, 1 button in Sweden, 1 button in Netherlands. Dang. I'll tell you, yeah, there's been times people from the Netherlands have joined my stream. I think Sweden too. Me and him went to the same high school. He graduated a year before me. Yeah, I think I remember you telling me about that before. Yeah, I think because, yeah, last time, no, we did talk about that. It was like the only famous people that went to my school is myself. And then this other kid, he was like on some like Hispanic singing show, I think. It was either that or he's a model. But I think he was on the TV show at one point in time. Jersey, finally. I mean, yeah, I feel like, yeah, it's like anybody that, then on top of that, he's like a big name. Rightfully so. Cause you'll have like a bunch of kids like trying to fight for that jersey number, like, oh, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. I think I had a teacher, he had like, I think this is supposed to be a Lotus. Cause I was like, I had a teacher, he kind of had a car that looked like this. His dad and Ray Allen played on the same team in high school. That's crazy. It's always insane, like, seeing, like, the people that you went to school with. Not so much as, like, famous people, but it'll be people that I'm, like, close friends with today. And then when I, like, look through my yearbooks, I'm like, dang. I'm like, we did go to the same school together. But yeah, famous-wise, yeah, like I said, I don't think my dad, he didn't go to no schools with no famous people. Not that I know of. He's never told me anything about it. He said his dad was good. His college career got cut short. That's when his wife got pregnant. He wanted to live his dream. Okay. That's good. That's not like, that's like a movie. That's like that movie with Venus and Serena Williams. That's what that kind of reminds me of. That was a good movie, by the way, for those that hadn't watched it. So people probably ask, like, why are they so good at tennis? And then when you watch the movie, then you're like, oh, okay, makes sense. I think they did add a new song in this game. I was like, that song, I don't know, it don't sound familiar. I guess if he went to the league, he would have been how he really wanted. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I'm like, I'm trying to think. I gotta look through my old yearbook because Like I said, I think me and that kid, we the only two famous people. Only people I guess like with like over 1,000 followers. Well, no, I take the 10,000 followers. No, I take that back too. Probably 20,000. Been watching a fair amount of old films. That's a good movie, I Am Legend. That's like one of those movies where it's just, you know, you'd see like Will Smith in his serious movies, and you're like, I don't know. But I Am Legends, that's a good movie. That's the one movie where I'm like, I actually appreciate, you know, a serious. Well, that and iRobots. I know a lot of people trip on iRobots, but I'm like, nah, that was a good movie. Try training another guy from City 6'9" player. He wasn't good at all. Yeah, sometimes people, they just talk for no reason. I had a friend, both her and her brother was tall, and they did not play any form of sports. And I played basketball with her, and I was like, yeah, I could see why, you know, she's more of like of an artist type person though. Like artist in fashion. Actually like iRobot. Yeah, it's like, it's a good movie. I don't know, I just hear people trash on that movie, and I'm like, fam, that's a good movie. It's like, it wasn't a movie, it was like, it was ahead of its time, or it was too late. Like, it was perfect. If I was 60, I'd be a decent hooper. I'm saying, that's the thing. A lot of people, they think, oh, just because I'm tall, I can hoop. And it's like fundamentals to it. It's like, you know, there's a lot of going through with it. I mean, like, overall, you could be any height and be good at basketball, but I just feel like that at times, you know, it's definitely like a mind, you know, game. So that's probably what that guy lacked in. It's like, yeah, he had the height and size for it. Can't imagine being tall. I've thought of it, but I was like, then that means I can't even go to, like, you know, just normal sections of the store and get clothes. Like, I gotta go all the way to the back or ask somebody like, hey, do y'all have this like in a triple X, extra large or something? I'm 5'3". Yeah, see, like, that's, to me, I feel like it's a decent height. He might be short, but I'm like, but you did say, yeah, you did say you was a woman. So that's like normal. It's like 5 foot range all the way up to like, you know, 5'7", 5'8". But when she starts like towering 7 feet tall, I'm like, oh nah, you need a WNBA contract. That's what you need. I wouldn't want it to be unrealistic height. Yeah, like, you know, like, to me, I wouldn't want to be like 7'7", 7'8". Now that's too tall. You can't sit in cars. You can't hide from nobody. It's more common for females. Yeah. With okay, so but it's like an inch off and things. Either way, I'm like, I still feel like that, you know, your height is like, that's normal. It seems uncomfortable. The 6'7" is normal, I feel like. Now it's when if you 7'7", that's where it's you gonna be ducking underneath doors. Gonna have to poke your head out the car window because your friends are like, hey, look, you can't fit in this Honda, bro. Like, here's a $1.75. Just catch the bus and I'll meet you there. This is downsides. No, it does. It does for sure. Shoot, I remember at my old job, there's this customer, she was cool, but she was tall. But I was like, dang, man. I was like, if only I was like 6 feet tall, then I'm like, you know, something could have happened. But due to my Kevin Hart syndrome, I'm like, I just had to overall let it go. I think she was married though, so I was like, it wouldn't have worked. Perfect height would be 5'10". For me, it would probably be like 6'2", 6'3". That would be my, like, you know, my ideal height. Well, actually, no, you can't get that height surgery. The doctors that had to break your legs and then reconstruct them to make you taller. So, I mean, I'm saying, if you guys have, like, thousands of dollars just sitting around and you want to be taller, y'all could go get that surgery. Pants legs are too long, cover feet. People lean on you, sleeves are too long. Can't reach the top shelves. That's where you climb. You gotta do some of the you gotta do like some like Spider-Man stuff. I've had my moments where I couldn't reach up to stuff and I just had to like go and jump up and grab, like when I go like shoes shopping and they have like the shoes that I want all the way up on the top shelf. I'll be off up in the side of that store jumping for dear life trying to grab that shoe. They're gonna be like, you need help? I'm like, nah, I got it. It's cool. Don't worry about it. Alright, so yeah, height surgery. They like look it up. They got like this one guy did it. He was like, I think my height, and he's like 6'1" or something. They insecure about my height. There's some people that are. I use tongs. I used to climb on the counters. The tongs are better. I know. I should get one of those like cause I'm saying they've like them grabbing things that like they made for like old people. I'm like, bro, have like that in my backpack and have it where it's like retractable. Slingshot that mess out and be like, yeah, y'all have this in a size 10. They like, sir, did you just bring out a retractable tongue? I'm like, I sure did. So it happens when you're under 6 feet tall. It's taller than me, I didn't mind it. I honestly, like, if she's maybe an inch, like, or a couple, but if she's towering over me, like, she looks like, you know, we could stand side by side and it look like we're like elementary kids or something, but she's, you know, she got like a basketball dad. That's why I'm like, nah, I couldn't do it. I don't think I could date a girl that's towering over me. Maybe if it's like, you know, an inch, few centimeters, that's about it, but extendo grabs. Yeah, I'm saying. I had to, you know, you had to get those. I'm 5'8", she's 5'10". See, yeah, that's normal. I feel like that's normal. Cause like what? When I get old, I would be all hunched over and stuff. You don't really see a whole lot of like older women hunched over, so. My oldest sister is 5'8". Yeah, see? People be thinking like, oh, it's an issue like being for like dating a tall woman, and I'm like, look, if she ain't like the size of like Big Show, she's like 7 feet tall or something, and she look like she can body slam me, I'm like, nah, that just, you know, that, I don't know. We could be like close friends, but that's about it. My dad 5'7", my mom 4'11", so I was destined to be short. Yeah, my dad, I think he's like about 5'8", and my mom's 5'6". I think I'm either 5'8" or 5'8.5", because I think I'm taller than my dad. I'm definitely taller than my sister. I'm taller than my mom's sister. I might be slightly taller than my dad. I was 5'5" in 7th grade, so doctors had me thinking I was gonna actually be 6'1". I don't know. I didn't. Doctors, they wasn't really telling me about my height. They were probably trying to hide it from me. I'm like, Doc, am I gonna be past 6 feet tall? They were like, no comment. It's like, take your lollipop, get up out of here. Mom's 5'7", dad's 6 feet, so my sister's 5'9". Yeah, see, comes from somewhere. I remember I'll never forget this one lady at this gas station down the street from my high school. She always, cause I'll come through there and buy a Red Bull. And she always would tell me like, these Red Bulls are gonna stun your growth. I'm like, ma'am, I'm already, this is it. This is my final stop in heightness. Like, I'm not going any further than this. Have you seen my family? Like, we're all short. So she always would say that to me, and I'm like, ma'am, this is it. Like, I ain't getting no taller. It was like, what, if I stop drinking Red Bull, all of a sudden I'm gonna be 6 feet tall? I'm like, yeah, okay. Parents are both like, it's your family members, you're not gonna grandma. Exactly. Yeah, I'll tell my actual parents, but they both be shorter for me to be 5'3". My brother is 5'7". Yeah. Yeah, they might be. Yeah, it's like, it's cool though, coming from a short family. It's like, you ain't got nobody towering over people. It's like, y'all like all like equal eye level. My little bro taller than me. Oh, that's how it is with my sister and me. I'd like, people probably have seen us out in public and was all like, oh yeah, that's definitely the older sibling. Like, my sister looked like she, and then also on top of that, I feel like that's another thing. Like, you know, us being like black, and then, you know, or you know what, not even that, it's genetics. Because like both my parents have been like, they look the same age that they've been for like the past like 20 years. Like, they still look the same. And my sister, she still looks the same from when she was in high school. I had to say, I've like, the only reason why I've changed or look different is because of my facial hair. That's about it. If I shaved my facial hair, I look just like how I did my graduation photo. My parents were saying at the time, be 6 feet. Okay, yeah. So I think back now, I'm like, you know, people always tell me, oh, like, oh, you've gotten taller. Like, no, I didn't. I was like, this is it. I know one of my friends, I remember she said that to me one time we were hanging out. That was like the one only, because it was genuine. It wasn't like no fake stuff. Like, she actually, like, she did say that she's seen that I was tall. I don't know, I might have been wearing like some big shoes that day though. I think that's why she said that. I feel like, what shoes was I wearing? Was I wearing, I don't think I was wearing, was I wearing my LeBrons? I might have been wearing my LeBrons. Because LeBrons, they be like making, yeah, they do kind of make you a little bit taller. Apparently people can't decide about how me and my bro look. Some people say, oh, y'all could be twins, but people at his high school would be like, oh, said your girlfriend yesterday. He's like, dude, it's my sister. Like, who say, yeah, that's crazy. That's some crazy stuff. Nah, people, because me and my sister, we do look alike. It's funny how, like, she looks, it's so weird, though, describing it. Got uncle of 5'3", dang. Yeah, my uncle's there with my one uncle. He's shorter than me. I got two uncles, I think they're past 6 feet tall. Well, actually, no, the one might be like 5'10". He might be 5'10", but I think the other one is actually past 6 feet tall. His wife is 4'11", and my cousin 5'3". Dang. But yeah, I'm like, they, telling you, it's like, there's a lot of short people out there, but hey, we get to find our clothes in the store. We ain't gotta go to the big and tall store to get clothes. So that's the beauty of being short. I think a lot of people, you know, mislook that. Like, there is a such thing as too short. Well, I mean, you can, like, well, I feel like people that's, like, under, like, 5'3", you're gonna have to go to the kids section to get clothes. But it's cheaper. I'm saying there's friends out there I know that's, like, they're short, and they be getting, like, kid size and, like, you know, Jordans. And they only be having to pay, like, $150. Meanwhile, I'm paying $220 because I got a size 10 shoe. I like family events because I feel tall. Yeah, sometimes I be feeling tall when I deal with people, but then other times I start looking at everybody. It's like I have those friends that are past 6 feet tall. I'm like, dang, y'all know how to make somebody feel short. The thing I like from my birth parents is the gray hair. I think it looks cool. I think with us, it was like we just, well, more so on my dad's side, we just started balding at a young age. I think my dad started balding when he was in his 30s. And I started balding maybe a few years back, so. We look good bald, I guess. Maybe short, but I can't wear teen clothes because I'm curvy. And that don't work, so I gotta get oversized clothes, yeah. Me, I'm like, sometimes though I can't, like, it's weird, like, it depends on the certain clothes that I'm getting. Like, hoodies, I try to get, like, small, medium. But pants, I could get, like, small, medium, large, and they all look normal on me. Like, there's these, like, sweatpants, there's these Adidas sweatpants. I got Adidas sweatpants in small, mediums, and large. And they all look normal. They don't look, like, oversized or weird or, you know, baggy. They all look normal. a quad mix because both my parents are biracial. Okay. Yeah, I'm like, just everybody's black. Mom's black, dad's black, sister's black, I'm black. My mom, she kind of got like a light skin thing going on, though. She like a Mariah Carey like type thing, but she's still black. Like both her parents is black, but they did look biracial. Mom was half black, half native. Okay, okay. Dad half white, half Hispanic. Okay. It's funny, like when people they say that, and then they don't say that they're mixed. Like they're like, oh, I'm half Hispanic, half white, half black, half native. I got 2% of Irish in me. I'm like, fam, you're mixed. Like you're mixed. Just that's all you gotta tell me. I ain't asked for no ancestry test. I just asked like what's your nationality. You gave me a whole like history lesson on who you are. Like just say you're mixed. But that's one thing people have said about me is that I look like I'm Ethiopian and Somalian. And it actually got down to the point, I'll never forget my mom. We went to this Ethiopian hair salon, and the lady had thought that she knew me and kissed me on both my cheeks. And I'm like, fam, what is going on? Everybody laughing. I'm like, bruh, like, this woman just assaulted me with her lips. Like, I don't even know that woman like that. Like, what is happening? And she was just like, oh, I thought you was my nephew. And I'm like, I don't. It's like, I was sitting here just minding my own business, and everybody wanted to keep bothering me. And I'm mixed. Usually people get two things. I'm like, a tad more. Yeah. One girl thought I was Jamaican. I was like, I don't know where that came from, but alright. Then I've had people tell me that I sound white, and I'm like, nah, I just, don't use the N-word in every sentence, or start it off or end it off with every sentence. I'm like, this is how I talk. Oddly enough, no one guesses black, because I'm very light-skinned. Okay, okay. See, now I'm curious, because I'm like, that's the type of stuff I feel like, now I gotta, like, see, like, oh, okay, like, no, I can, I can see why, but... Because I be trying to guess, I be looking at people, I'm like, dang, I can't tell. Like, Pete Davidson, for an example. Like, that's a person where it's like, he looks black, but at the same time, like, I don't know. He's one of those guys where it's just a mystery, because I think both his parents is white, so, like, why does he look the way he does? Like, he, like, has, like, black features, but with, like, a white hairstyle. Alright, my curls are tight curls, loose curls, but medium shrinkage. I'm trying to imagine, I don't know. That's something I'm like, I'm gonna have to, like, look that up on Google. I don't know hairstyles. I'm like, I know bald and curly. Goes to mid-back shrinkage, make this, saved by my show. Okay, okay. About his logic. Yeah. I think he is black, though, but I think he got, like, some super biracial parents, and that's why he looked the way he does. But that's the thing, though, like, with him, like, he brags about being black, but I'm like, fam, you don't look black. I think he has to remind people, like, I feel like he says it in his music just to, like, let people know, because people probably be asking, like, are you white, or are you, like, mixed with something? Because you can see, like, he has, like, a Pete Davidson thing going on, but you can see that he's, black. But, like, Pete Davidson, on the other hand, I don't know. He looks more white to me. everything else a lot of times. For like he reminds us too often. Oh yeah, for sure. That band gonna come out with an album called Black, and every song is gonna be first song African American, second song African, third song Black American, fourth song Black, fifth song Nigerian, but not really Nigerian. I couldn't think of no other black titles, so I just started using everything else. That before in documents, I marked black, but in middle school, the girl bullied me, told me I was lying about being black, that she was darker than me. That's crazy. It's people like that where I'm like, if you tell me that you're black, I'm gonna believe you. I'm not gonna argue with you. If anything's, I'll crack jokes about it, but it's usually with people that I'm cool with. Like my mom, for an example. I'll tell her, I'm like, nah, I'd look my mom dead in the face and be like, you're a black Caucasian, like. But it's jokes, it's funny. Like, at the end of the day, I'm like, yeah, I know she's black. But sometimes I just gotta tell her, I'm like, you're a black Caucasian. And told you he was black, though. I believe it. I honestly would believe him. I'm like, Eminem was welcome in the black community as soon as he got started in music, so I would honestly believe him. That's somebody where it's like, you can see that he's not black, but at the same time, you know in his past life, like, he's black. I'm like a lightly toasted marshmallow. I could see that. Tom Brady told me that he was black. Nah. I'm like, you working for the government, bro. You're trying to tell me that to get on my good side, but at the end of the day, you're trying to frame me for something, so. And I'm like, if so, it's probably like 0.1% of black in you, bruh. Honestly, I like, nah, Tom Brady approaches Eminem, it's like, nah, bro, who are you convincing? You've been black since the 1999. Tom Brady, on the other hand, he had chimed in, be like, I'm black too. I had looked at him and been like, nah, I don't know about that. Like, even in your past life, like, nah, I don't see that. And I'm like, nah. It's like, you may listen to rap music. That don't make you black, bro. That just, just makes you aware of the culture, but. I'm like, but nah, he tells me that. I'm like, you working for the government, bro. You trying to frame me for some crimes. I'm like, I'm just letting you know, I went, like, leaned into his chest thinking he got, like, a microphone. I'm like, whatever y'all looking for, I'm not the one. I don't have it. This dude. Again, he said he was 5% African. I swear, and they were seriously say that. They would say some stuff like that. I'm like, okay, but your parents, the ones that I see pick you up from school, they are 100% Caucasian. Like, I'm sorry to say it, but that 5% of African, that's that, that little mole on the back of your neck. There's that 5% of African. People swear up and down, like, bro. And they'll, like, go to one of those, like, African shops in the mall and get, like, a whole, like, African outfit. Be like, yeah, we're brothers now. I'm like, bro, get away from me, man. Just don't say nothing to me. Take the outfit off. Like, go put your khakis and your button-up shirt back on. Don't do that no more. So I don't want to do one of those ancestry. I want to just to see, like, my, like, history, I guess, but I'm not gonna be going around being like, oh bruh, like I got like 2.5% of Irish in me. Like, who cares? Like, nobody can see that. I hate when people who are Caucasian put their arm to mine going, I'm darker than you're not black. Like, no, sweetheart, you're exactly. I'm like, stop going to them tanning booths. What was funny though, I love that whole situation that happened a while ago. And that woman, she was swearing up and down she was black. Not Whoa Vicky. It was an older woman. She looked like she could have probably been in her 40s or 50s. But she was like, I'm black. I'm like, ma'am, no, you're not. Like, we interviewed your parents. They don't know why you're out of nowhere saying that you're, you know, you're black. Just because you dated Daquan about 10 years back, okay, and met his parents, that don't make you black. That, you know, you just met some black people. That's it. No, but at the same time, I don't care. Yeah, it's like, I don't care. It's not something I'm gonna brag about, but it's just something where I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. So I guess I could just, like, learn more about my, you know, my life and things. Or, like, where I, or, like, originated from. Painting herself. Painting her face. And she says she's white. That's crazy. That is some insane stuff. People do some weird stuff like that. I'm like, y'all always weird. Like, accept your skin. Accept who you are. Be happy. This famous racist guy found that he's 13% black. Oh, no, I remember that story. My dad told me that story. He said that guy, he was, yeah, big time racist. He wanted to buy a town and have it where it was whites allowed. Did one of those ancestry tests and found out that he had 13% black in him. Never heard from that man again. That's some stuff where it makes you want to just say, I wish I would have been the one to give him his test. I would have been in tears crying. He's probably opening it up all like, yeah, this black man's crying. Because he's seen that all I have is white races in me. He saw that thing, I put it in, I had made sure I highlighted it, did everything possible. "13% of him wouldn't be in the town." I know, right? They're like, nah, bro. They were like, you're gonna have to take your prosthetic leg off. He's like, but he was like, I just got it. Like, they were like, nah, that's that 13%. Like, take it off. Leave it outside. But you can't bring it in this town. He's like, but I'm still me. I'm still, nope. But that leg, that's a black leg. No black legs allowed. Then I do one of those tests, see that I have like 2.5% of Irish in me. I'll walk into that town and be like, yup. 2.5 of me is welcome. That'd be wild. Honestly, I would laugh. It's funny though, there's probably a lot of like racist white people out there not realizing it's like you might have some sort of like, you know, black heritage in you. They probably look just like Logic and Pete Davidson. They were like, oh, them black people always annoy me, and I'm like, fam. It's like, look in the mirror. You don't look like everybody else. Being established. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, look like a P. What does POC stand for? I always see that, but I don't know what it stands for. No, wait a second. No, I know what it means now. People of color. Okay. It took me a moment to think about it, but I was like, wait a second. Hold up. It's like my ancestors was looking down on me and was just like, you really don't know what PLC stands for? I'm like, wait a minute. I know now. It's like, all right, I apologize, ancestors. Just chill out. I had a moment. I had a moment. It's funny though when people they'll say stuff like that just because I didn't see like a black movie like I haven't seen all like, and it'll be like black movies that nobody watched. They'd be like, you never saw like the BET version of Leprechaun? I'm like, no. Who would sit down and watch that? I'm like, at least like let it be like, you know, Tales from the Hood or Menace to Society, you know, or South Central. Like let it be like a legitimate like cult classic movie. Black movies either. I'm saying like I can, and that's the thing. I'm like, that's okay. Like sometimes black movies just be way too emotional. I watch some of them. I'm like, bruh, this is just way too many emotions going on in this movie. Y'all want to see some sad movies? Watch some black movies. To walk 5 miles, I go to campus. We sit down. Some girl came up. It's like, you can't sit in this space. I'm like, fam, you can't look at me and see that I'm... Yeah, that is stuff like that where I'm like, people, they just need to be more accepting. Like, I'm not going to be questioning everybody and their blackness or African-Americanness or whatever they want to call it. Like, if I can... my thing is this. If you say that you are, you are. If I can clearly see that you're not, then I'm like, fam, I'm going to doubt you like how they be doubting people in LA North, but... But yeah, it's like, I don't think I just don't have it in my heart to tell somebody some stuff like that. They're like, oh, you can't sit here because of the color of your skin. I'm like, fam, I honestly look at the mirror and be like, what's wrong with me? Who have I became? Why not? She was like, this is a space to be away from white people. Like, I'm a mix, partly black. She's like, no, you're not. You're white, so get out. Started crying, saying, you're making me really uncomfortable and I don't feel safe right now. She started crying? Oh, I started laughing at her. But if it was you, then I'm like, dang, that's messed up. But no, if it was the other girl, I straight laughed in that girl's face. And she started... I'm like, who? Man... I'm like, are you having a moment? Like, how do you cry over a situation like this? Like, I don't even get that. You're crying for what? Yeah, it's funny when people, they start doing some stuff like that. Like, man, I don't get it. I got time for this. Put on my headphones, left for the cafeteria. That's crazy. My thing is, though, it's like, even if a person is white, because like even I know like with the like Black Lives Matter thing that was going on like with George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and all that stuff, and that was just one thing that surprised me, was just seeing so many white people like involved. I was like, at times I was like, fam, like who? Wait a minute, hold on. I was like, this is supposed to be for Black Lives Matter, right? They like patting people on the backs, hugging them, freaking showing, they screaming loud at it. They're going all out. I was like, fam, this is wild. But I liked it though. I was like, nah, this is cool. So I'm like, my thing is like, if I ever have something like that, I really don't care like what color you are. I mean, if you say you're black, you're black. Like, honestly, if I can see that you're not, then you're, yeah, you know, but... People of color spaces are basically starved, minor, and segregate. Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, that stuff don't, like, you know, I mean, yeah, like, honestly, you know, like, race it, well, not in, like, in a way where it's, like, gonna cause me, like, oh, I can't be bothered with the person because of the color of their race. Like, race does matter to me, but not in a way where it's, like, going to affect my life, like, just more so, like, the cultures and the history and, you know, behind it. I remember I actually was going to do that. I still have plans on doing that. I was going to do, like, a documentary about slavery. I did have like somewhat of it down, and I think I had messed up. Documentary. Yeah, I was gonna title it Fugitive Slaves, and it was gonna be about like, you know, like Harriet Tubman, but like other people than Harriet Tubman, because that's what I was like when I was looking through like some just history stuff like online. I seen it was far more people than Harriet Tubman that was like helping slaves escape, because that stuff has been going on for like years prior. Like Harriet Tubman, you know, she obviously, I'm not gonna deny and say she didn't do her thing. She obviously did, but you know that stuff had been going on for so long. Black, white, and Hispanic, yeah. But yeah, I am gonna work on a documentary about that, post it on YouTube. Slaves, there are mass varied people. Where slaves, like Irish were slaves. Yeah. I don't teach enough about black history in school, honestly. Same people yeah. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but it clearly says in the bio, like, don't join asking to, like, to, you know, play a game and stuff. That's a rule in this stream, so just letting you know, in case you didn't see it. But yeah, I was like, I think I had I finished that documentary. I had finished like writing out the stuff that I was gonna say, and then I think I need to go and check on one of my older computers, because I might have all this stuff saved on there. I was like, yeah, once but I think I forget that. I think I'm gonna just scrap it, do it all over again. Add more to it, because I feel like there was just so much to talk on. So it's probably gonna be a long documentary, but I feel like this is always a good documentary rather than a short one. There's a ton of history when it comes to blacks. Oh yeah, definitely like southern areas for sure. Because that was one thing I remember when I heard about, when I was like reading about that and was working on that documentary. That was one thing where I was like, dang, that's crazy to think that. But they say like a lot of times like slaves would escape, like they would just, you know, like just run and stuff, and that's why they was called fugitive slaves. But anyways, some of them would cross over to the Mexican border, and the Mexican people was like, well, they already here. We ain't got no slavery stuff going on here, so y'all gonna have to take that somewhere else. Like, but you ain't gonna like take them away and stuff if they don't want to go with you. So that's why I was like, you know, I opened up the Mexico map and I had to give it a little head nod. I'm like, shout out to Mexico. It's not like how history gets taught in school, especially down south. Yeah. Teacher tried to tell us Civil War had nothing to do with slavery. That's crazy. Yeah, teachers, they don't really talk on that, because a lot of times it's white teachers that's talking on it. And it's no issue with that. I'm like, just tell the story right, you know, like. But they probably get a little bit awkward telling that. Then they make eye contact with me. I'm like, why are you looking at me? Like, I wasn't there. I was born in '96. Like, don't look at me. Like, I ain't got nothing to do with this. I feel like teachers should get in classrooms, start talking about it and stuff. So, today's topic or subject we're gonna be talking on for the next few weeks is slavery. She just for some random reason makes eye contact with me. I'm looking at her like, why is she making eye contact with me? She's like, Tyler, can you go outside, please? I'm like, what did I do? This class just started. I know, but it just, you're not in trouble. I just need you to go outside. She said it was about economics and how the country was ran. Like, basically say, honestly, though, that's what you have to say to a teacher like that. They really talk about black history. Not in my school. I don't remember them talking about slavery. They talked on it probably briefly, but not like the whole, I think it was elementary. I remember I learned a lot about like, Martin Luther King was literally Martin Luther King. Black people are equal. So now, I went out of my way to learn about that stuff. And I was like watching movies and, documentaries, TV shows. So I learned about that stuff on my own time. I didn't need to go to school for it. Plus, if I did, I know I would have been passing all those assignments because I knew everything I needed to know. But it's probably, like, not enough. But that's the thing, though. Like, for those history classes, like, were there black teachers or was it white teachers? Because if it was white teachers, yeah, they're not going to feel comfortable talking about that. If it's a black teacher, I feel like a black teacher would talk on that. Because I know I would. World War II in a way to make it seem like U.S. came saved the day. Yeah, we watched documentaries and we were homeschooled young, so since both my parents are black, they taught us all that. Yeah. So like, we were constantly watching like documentaries and movies and stuff about slavery. Like, of course, we'll watch like our fictional movies, like it'll be something like Django and all that other stuff, but nah, we were sitting down, like, watching that, like, documentaries. And then just reading about it. Parents was born in 57, 59, so they've experienced it firsthand. Oh, yeah, my dad, he did say, I remember, I'll never forget my dad told me that, where he said, like, this kid had said something racist to him. And I can't remember, I think my dad, I can't remember if he was, because my dad was born in Texas. I can't remember if he was in Texas or California at the time, but he did say somebody said some racist stuff to him. And he said it was like him that some other black kids started chasing that kid home. So I was like, my dad, he was like, and I think that's why, like, with me, like, when it, like, with racism, I look at it as a joke. I'm like, I can't get offended by it. The U.S. came, put us out to the concentration camps. If it wasn't for us, the Allies would have lost the war. Yeah, I'm like, there's so much more to it. They probably wouldn't have lost. It would have went on a lot longer. But I feel like us, like the U.S., like we just had like the power, I guess, to like end it a lot faster. But it definitely, it wouldn't feel like wouldn't been no like loss to it. But of course, like when like American teachers, they teaching that stuff, of course they're gonna make it seem like we wasn't experiencing issues and problems back then during them times like we were. It's like while they were out there having World War I and II, we were suffering from that stuff, and it's like people is not so much suffering from it till this day, but like it went on. But I mean, even like the Afghanistan war, you got where there's like people that's like suffering from that stuff. So it's like, yeah, we might have the resources and the money and the power, but at the end of the day, like, it's crazy. Just barely touched on when Lincoln did, MLK did, Rosa Parks did. Oh yeah, I remember they talked on Rosa Parks when I was in elementary when she passed away, but other than that, they didn't really talk on her that much prior before then. MLK, they did talk about. Only time when we seen Abraham Lincoln was when we seen either the penny or $5, but I don't remember them ever talking about Abraham Lincoln. But yeah, I was like with Martin Luther King, I was like, I went out and learned about him. All the other kids was playing cool math, so I'm sitting there reading like articles about Martin Luther King. I read for like about 15 minutes, but I'm like, nah, I gotta play Block Swords. That was my cool math game. score in 7 years. Okay, I have a dream. No, I'm still sitting right. Exactly. Full details. Emancipation Proclamation. Yeah. There's a lot of things they didn't touch on. We gotta learn that stuff. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like the education system is like just backwards, or it's just all wrong. Like, you teach kids stuff that they don't need to know, and then there's just so much that they need to know that's like not being taught. And I feel like that's why a lot of people, you know, I feel like at times like people do sometimes struggle. But then there's those that's like, you know, okay, like, I know the education is screwed up, so I'm gonna have to, like, go more deeper in depth with it and stuff and just find my own education. Or that's whether you, like, going to college or whatever, but wanted to be a teacher is the crazy part. Yeah. I think if I was a teacher, I think I'd be a good teacher. Because I'm like, I'd teach some kids some stuff, and I'm like, hey, y'all gonna need to know this. Feel like this is growing. You have over 100 years to shove into those little minds. That's the thing. I'm like, there's ways of teaching. I feel like my thing is this. I always believe that anything is possible. So 100, years of history. I'm like, yeah, learn about that. I'll give them like, the opening to it all, and then just, some like kind of like ease my way into everything, touch on stuff a little bit. But yeah, I personally feel like that a lot of stuff like in history classes can be taught. A lot more things can be taught. See how this track is. Columbus sailing the ocean blue was way more important now of 100 years. Most important. Yeah. I think there was a time, though, where a teacher and a student, I heard, did get into an argument over some stuff like that at my school. I don't think I was in that class. If I did, I don't remember. But I guess the teacher did say some stuff like that. It was like Columbus, discovered America. And it was like, no, he did not. He called it America, but no. That's one thing to make sure I tell my kids. I'm like, hey, look, if you got a teacher that's trying to tell you some stuff in history classes that's not right, I'm like, feel free to call them out. I'll go up to the school and act like I'm going to punish you, but really I'm going to take you to McDonald's and get you a Happy Meal for standing up and, speaking out against the teacher's, like, wrong teachings and stuff, but... yeah, teachers will teach you some wrong stuff, and then you call them out on it, and they're gonna be like, who's the teacher here? I am. I'm like, yeah, you ain't a good teacher. Like, you is not a good teacher. I'll never forget, it was funny, the one teacher, she would always, like, get mad at the Hispanic kids for not standing up during the Pledge of Allegiance. I'm like, fam, if they don't want to, they don't need to. Like, even if you are from here, but there's at times I remember I would, like, we would talk about it. Because I was like, I'm not going to be that one. I'm going to be attacking people over some stuff like that. But I asked them, and then they would tell me, they're like, bro, I'm not even from here. I'm like, bro, so what is they getting mad for? Taking your phone, you're grounded in the car. So great to Korean Chick-fil-A. Exactly. Then if they really did some like dope stuff in the school, I'm like, oh, I'd put on the show as soon as he went outside. I'm like, nah, piggyback ride. Come on, let's go. I'm like, nah, we're gonna have fun today. It's like, we're gonna play bowling, we're gonna get us something to eat. I'm like, we're gonna go to GameStop. You can get whatever video game you want. It's like, even Call of Duty 17? I'm like, that game's not all that good. I watched the reviews on that. You don't want that. There's dude. You weird for real. You get to stay home if you were sick. I had to like prove that I was sick. My mom, she would honestly, it's like kind of like, you know, when a bouncer checks your ID to get inside the club. That's how my mom was when it came to me being sick. I could be turned into a zombie. My mom's all like, well, you gonna turn into a zombie at school, but you better get dressed, because I'm leaving this house in 5 minutes. Sitting in school with pink eye, I'll never forget. It was funny though, because I remember there was a time where I was sick, but I was on the computer. I'm like, bro, I ain't gonna lay in bed all day. I'm like, because see, my thing is this. When I'm sick, like, I'm still mobile. I can, like, move around and stuff. I just can't, I'm gonna have to sit down. So I'm sitting down on the computer. I can't remember what I was doing. I don't know if I was watching YouTube videos. My dad saw me. He was just like, what you doing? I was like, I'm on the computer. He's like, well, he was just like, if you sick to the point you couldn't go to school, then you gonna be sick here. You ain't gonna be allowed on the computer. I'm like, bro, you gonna do me like that? Like, I can't even, man, that's messed up. I ain't ever get to stay home. Yeah, stuff nose, coughing out of the lung, and they still hear some cough drops. Peppermints, go to school, exactly. You get there, that's what they tell you. Exactly, nah. So it's like, yeah, we one and the same. One and the same. Shoot, I remember I had like one of them like bad smoker coughs. Oh, my cough was freaking deadly. I hated my cough growing up because it was one of those coughs where I'm like, hey, bro, my lungs ain't gonna make it. But I think because it was, I had like lung issues when I was like growing up, so I think that played a factor in it. But still, I have like stuffy nose, yeah, stuffy nose, coughing. Now, if I was throwing up, then they would have me stay home. But if I wasn't throwing up, then they're like, nah, you good. Worse is when I had a cough attack in front of my crush. I was all like, nah, no more. If I'm sick, I'm staying home. I don't care if I gotta like act out my sickness and pass out. I can't let that happen no more. So I miss school is for doctor appointments, but it always took me to the school in the morning to collect my homework. Then waiting on, dang, that's messed up. I don't think they thought my parents because we at least in elementary, like my school was pretty far out, so they didn't do all that. To the office as soon as I go to school that day too. Yeah. Sources having a secret. Girl tells him in class. Goes ill gross. Dang, that's pain. That is legitimate pain. I had the one girl, she told me dead in my face that she had liked my cousin, and I was like, you know what? I should throw a pine cone at him and you. But I'm gonna play it cool. I'm gonna act like I don't care. But no, it was pain. It was definitely pain. But no, I had that cough attack in front of my crush, and I was like, the way she looked at me, that's the part that like still like that's like my Vietnam flashback, is the way she was looking at me. And I'm like, fam, like, why? Just why? Make it worse. I was sitting next to him, and the class went silent. He said, ew, dang, that's messed up. That is messed up. Pink eye is contagious. I don't even know. Oh, yeah, pink eye is contagious. One kid, I remember he had pink eye when we was in high school, and I said, bro, if you touch me, that's it. So I'm stumping your head in with my pink eye. I'm like, don't touch me, don't get near me. You stay far away from me. Because his eyes was messed up. I was like, why would they let you? I think after that, they did send him home. Because they was like, nah, you ain't gonna mess around and get the whole school infected with pink eyes, so. No, I think the worst sickness I ever had, I threw up on this girl in elementary. I never forget that day. I ended up apologizing. It was like years later, I ended up messaging her on Facebook, and I apologized for it. She still remembered, too. I was like, something like that, I don't know how you can forget, but... I got bullied so much growing up. No, me, I didn't know how to accept it. Kids tried that stuff, and I just started fighting kids over it. And then as I got older, I started, like, kids thought that they could, like, say stuff to me, and I started roasting them. And my eyes be swelling up. I didn't have allergies when I was, my sister does, but not me. Good stream. Appreciate the tab. Shout out to Addie, guys. Make sure y'all go follow her. Another goated streamer. But yeah, I was like, yeah, allergies. I didn't have allergies growing up. It's like shoving bullying, but one time they pushed too far. Nah, that's one thing. Like kids, I did not allow kids to put their. I got like, here's the thing. There was one kid that was like trying to pull that crap, and I remember we did get into it. I'll admit he won the fight, but after that, like he stopped with me with doing that because I was like, nah, that's that's not gonna happen. But other kids, I remember one kid, he hit me with a plastic sword thinking that stuff was funny, and I beat him right there in that hallway. He was screaming and crying. His sister, I thought his sister would at least like jumped in and helped. She just stood there and watched, and I was like, dang, that's messed up. Do up on the lunch table in elementary and the rest of the school year. Every time we ate lunch, my table would get scared out there. I'd be scared too. I'd like, nah, bruh. I'm like, nah, Illy about to throw up again. Illy look over at me. At least I didn't throw up on no girl. I was like, hey, look, bruh. That was one time only. Alright? She shouldn't have been sitting so close to me. The day when my mom made me wear a skirt. These boys threw a ball at my head and stole my phone, jogged away, chased after him, tackled him, took my phone. Dang. That's like that scene in White Chicks when they took Sean's purse when he was dressed up as the girl. He chased that dude all the way down that street. I'm saying though, that's one thing I'm like, cause no, I feel like though, like kids would do that a lot, like bully the girls because they know that but there's always like that one girl that went to the school that was like, nah, I got brothers and I fight. Girls like that, I'm like, nah, y'all cool with me. Something I say. I'm saying, like, But yeah, that girl, I remember I messaged her and I was just like, hey, remember back in elementary when I threw up on you? I was like, I don't think I apologize for that. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. I have not made that mistake no more in life, but I will not make that mistake no more, so. She was like, nah, it's chilled. I was like, nah, it's not chilled, because if it had been the other way around, I probably would have, it's like another Vietnam flashback. That's something I'm like, I probably would have roasted you, but be embarrassed for doing that. I'm saying, like, that was a tragic day. That was a tragic day for being sick. The crazy thing about it, she was still chill with me. I still remember, like, she was still chill with me, like, after that incident. Like, cause it's elementary. We'd be out in recess, like, playing around and crap. Like, she was chill with me. So I was like, hey, yo. I was like, now that's like a friend that's like, she good people. There was once during gym some cheerleaders were bullying, and look, friends, like, do help me at lunch. He sat by me, like, hey, I saw it happen. Cried, and then oh, so he didn't have your back? Oh, that's messed up. Yeah, I have friends like that. He's scared of you if he threw up on me. It ain't nothing. I don't think I'd be scared of a person, But if that person, that was like, they skipped all the way to like strike 2. They like on strike 2.5. Like, one more thing and I'm just gonna, I don't know, I'm gonna throw a backpack at them or something. A backpack full of coloring books and crayons. I'm like, that wasn't even cool, but... No, there was a time, but DK, you were saying, though, like, how the friend didn't have your back. Because if so, I'm like, man, I got a story to tell you guys. But either way, I'm like, you know, the story, it's still a crazy story. It's like, I had to say, it's like definitely like top 5 savage moments of me. School threat. I wouldn't say I was a school threat, like I was loud, but I still have, you know, my moments. He just locked eyes with me, and I was like, man, sorry you went through. That's crazy. Nah, if one of my friends, if they getting, because no, I remember I did that with this girl. My friend, she told me that the girl was, I think I was asleep, and she woke me up, and she was just all like, oh, such and such just called me the N-word. And I remember I stood up and just started roasting her. She got, like, you know, all teary-eyed, went to go tell the teacher. Teacher came back and was just all like, oh, Tyler, you got detention. I'm like, so? I don't care. I'm like, they'll like, tell Big Mac, like, I ain't gonna say her name, but I said, like, Big Mac, and then her name, and it was just like, and then it said, don't, like, make sure she don't say no more racist stuff no more. But no, so this happened, like, so this situation, though, this happened when it was last day of school, 6th grade. So, me and my friends, we all going to, this, park, where it was, I got detention because I choked on gum. My teacher told me to spit it out. You got detention? That is crazy. I don't even think that's wow. That teacher needs to be fired. But no, anyway, so 6th grade, last day of school, me and my friends, we getting ready to go to this playground and have a water balloon fight with some other kids we went to school with. So anyways, we go in there. And so my friend and his cousin, they got into an argument about something. So I just kind of sat off on the sidewalk and, you know, waited until they were done arguing. So I had saw the neighborhood, like, dog, and I was just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go pet the dog and stuff. As soon as I go to pet the dog, I hear this, like, voice in the distance talking about, you better not touch that dog, you N-word. And the old lady called me the N-word. So, look up, this old lady, she's just, like, yelling at us and stuff. And so, we're kind of, like, going back and forth, back and forth. She called us the N-word, I think it was, like, 2 more times. And, then she pulled out this, like, you know how, like, them, like, old, like, flat-looking cameras, it kind of look like a VHS tape a little bit. So she pulls that out, starts taking pictures of us, talking about, I'm going to show this to the police and stuff. And I'm like, what, us standing? I'm like, you know what? No, I'm going to give you a reason to take pictures. I pulled my pants down, mooned her, said, if you're going to take a picture of something, take a picture of this. And then after that, then she actually did call the cops. And, yeah, so this is the part... A Kodak. Yeah, it was kind of, well, no, not those ones. It was older than that. It was like a 70s, like, looking camera and stuff, but anyway, so she calls the cops. Cops are, like, talking to, you know, my friends, because I ended up going over to my dad's house, or to go get my dad. And so, anyways, he comes back from, like, Home Alone. Yeah, kind of like that, yeah. And so, I go get my dad. The cops are already there. And then we're just kind of like sitting, waiting. And my dad was like talking with them. Then, you know. So then they come up to me and my friends. And was all like, okay, so the woman claimed that somebody had flashed her. Which one of you guys did that? So I wasn't going to say nothing. I was just going to look and be like, I don't know. All my friends, my so-called friends, the ones that I ate lunch with, was like, oh no, Tyler did that. Nah, he did that. I looked at them and was just like, you guys, y'all, wow. I'm like, you guys will not survive in prison. What's up, Fishy? Doing good. How about yourself? But yeah, I was just like, after that, I remember I was very hesitant with talking to those friends. Yeah, just ratted me out, and I was all like, nah. I was very hesitant with talking to those friends. Eventually, I think I did forgive them, because I was like, okay, you know, they were scared, but I was like, I'm not hanging out with you guys no more. Nah, you guys gonna get in trouble. It's gonna be on you. Appreciate the follow, Fishy. But yeah, I was just like, nah, you guys is like straight up snitched me out under pressure. I'm like, nah. So that's why I was like, nope, never again. They always be like, oh, let's go hang. I'm like, nah, y'all can go hang out. I'm staying home. I'm playing video games. Like, you guys can, you know, go do whatever y'all want to do, but I ain't hanging out with y'all no more. But that old lady was so weird. She'll be like outside, like, I'll just be walking home. She'll be taking pictures of me and my friends. And I'm like, fam, like, we're walking home. Like, you taking pictures of us walking home? Like, that doesn't even make any sense. That old lady was crazy. I don't know what happened to her. They might, I don't know if she either passed away or if they put, like, her family put her in an old folks home or something, but what's the worst dog experience? I got bit in the chin by a dog. That was my worst dog experience. That dog tried to take my chin out, too. Just looking for sharing to chill vibe. Just helping him out. Appreciate it, Fishy. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's like nothing but chill vibes. Us telling stories. Obviously, you know, that's what you really walked into, but yeah, I was like, but other than that, like, no, I haven't really had, like, a whole lot of bad dog experience. I like dogs. I love dogs. I see dogs, they'll be, like, the most vicious-looking dog. I get that dog laid down on that ground and start rubbing its belly. Me and my sister were chased by a big dog. Scratch, possibly, rabbit. Dang. Yeah, it's those, like, well, I don't know. I'm like, I had to say, I'm like, kind of like got like a Black Caesar 911 thing going on, because a sketchy dog can walk up on me. I'll put my hand out, like, you know, because I, like, you know, you can smell my hand. I'm not no threat. I remember I did that one day, and I actually startled the dog. The dog took off running down the street. And I'm like, I just got off the bus. All I'm doing is just heading home and stuff, and then the dog just walked up on me. Put my hand out, and the dog was like, "Oh nah, this dude, he's wild. Usually they will run." He was like, "My size doesn't fear him." Now I had to say the weirdest dog experience I had was when I was standing at the bus stop. The guy had put the dog leash down to go and tie up his shoe. Now there's multiple people at the bus stop. This dog, I kid you not, walked towards me and just sat by me. Just sat right next to me. I'm standing there just like flipping through songs and stuff. And then all of a sudden, I just see in the corner of my eye the dog just sitting by my leg. He didn't look at me. He just sat by me. And I'm like, I don't know what this means. And the guy, he's like looking at me and I'm like looking at him and I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm like, I don't know what this means, but I don't know if I got like some Tarzan or some Dr. Dolittle stuff going on, but I swear I don't, if this dog were to speak to me, I don't know what it's saying. That's like, and the crazy thing is, that's happened to me twice now. And then at that same bus stop, I'll never forget, it was like these 3 pigeons had sat in front of me while it's always when I'm switching through music, minding my own business, and then animals get near me and start just acting weird. Now the 3 pigeons one was a little bit weirder, because they just all slowly walked up on me, and just sat. They wasn't standing, they literally planted their whole body down on the ground and just sat. Then they all like flew away. And once again, people were staring at me like, bruh, like, is he, what animal powers does he have? Similar moment, field trip. The dog came out the bushes, everyone screamed, jumped on the table. I reached down, pet the dog. Teacher was like, don't touch the dog. No, then came. tractor and caught the dog forward. Yeah, I'm saying, like, it's kind of just weird. You have, like, those experiences with animals where they all like, you know what? Nah, he chilled. Or she's chilled. They all like, nah, they good. They're one of the good humans. They're not like all the other humans and they scream and run away. I'm telling you, it's like a zombie apocalypse is gonna happen. I'm gonna have control of all the animals. I'm gonna just be sitting out in the woods, just, you know, with freaking bears and dogs and cats. You know, as a children people. Stupid. Autocorrect, yeah. So now that autocorrect, that's a killer. Be trying to talk, that autocorrect just start going crazy. But yeah, I'm like that. Animals. I'm telling you, man. I have some weird like interactions with animals. With a couple of ravens, placed down some peanuts. After a couple of weeks, I was able to chill with them. Call the leader captain. I'm saying, I don't think, well, yeah, there was the pigeon ones. No, there was a time I felt like I was being followed by these crows. Like, I was just like, it is so weird, like, you know, like, with most people, like, when crows walk past, or when they, like, walk past crows get all startled and fly away. For some reason, and I've started paying attention to this, crows do not fly away when I walk past them. I'm saying, I'll just be sitting there just like I'll walk. They kind of like look in my direction and stuff, and they just, you know, they don't do nothing. To the beach, and this guy is walking with like twin crows flying around him. That might have been me. No, I'm playing. To be that cool. Yeah, that dude. That's like, it's funny how you said Home Alone earlier. That's the guy, that's the woman's husband. She had pigeons, he had crows. And honestly, it was like a bird difference, and you know, they ended up having to split. He's like, babe, look, it's either the crows or we gonna have to split. She's like, I want the pigeons. He's like, well, then we're splitting. He's just all like, the lead crow will fly over the divorce papers. And then she was like, well, the lead pigeon will pick up the divorce paper. I'm like, what conversation are you guys having? Like, you got pigeons and crows, like an East Coast, West Coast beef going on between pigeons and crows. That was him, just casually walk. His feet. It was amazing to see. Yeah, that's something like that. You gotta like walk up to that man and be like, teach me your ways, sir. Like, nah, cause you know something that we don't. You know he gonna tell you to do some like peaceful stuff too. He like, you just gotta like relax. Take your time with life. You know, you can't let life control you. You gotta control it. I'm like, what does that mean? You're not telling me how you doing this stuff. Alright, he was elderly. Yeah. You know he gonna tell you some meaningful life advice. You're gonna be like, sir, like, I just wanna know how you doing this thing with the birds right now. He's like, have you ever saw Titanic? Like, yeah, but what does that have to do with the birds? He's like, just listen to the sounds. Then he just walks off, and it's like, what is that? You told me nothing, man. Like, now I gotta Google it. It's the sunset. I'd watch the sunset. Honestly, I would. I probably would have been blind by the end of the day, but hey, you know what I'm saying, like. He walks up to you, like, later on that night, still got the crows surrounding him. Like, have you learned the ways of life? I'm like, I'm blind, bruh. I can't see nothing. I stared at the sun. You didn't tell me not to stare at the sun, like. Where am I at with this achievement? I always keep forgetting to check. I'm relatively close. He was just like a boss, clean suit, slick hat, dude's dope. Oh yeah, yeah, that man's been doing that. He's been doing it. You say he was elderly too? Yeah, he's been doing that since the early 70s. That's that man. I don't even know who that man is, but I already know his life. That man's been doing that since the late 70s. He met one crow, and after that, he negotiated some deal with them. All of a sudden, like, crows was his bodyguards. Like, you can't approach him and, like, be violent towards him. You start a fight with that man done raised his arms, and you just see crows flying up in the distance, and it's like, oh, no, I gotta run for life. I gotta, that, honestly, because if you've seen that movie, The Birds, he's the reason why that movie had happened. It's like, you want to know how them birds went all crazy? It was him. That man had a road rage incident, and he looked at those birds, and he said, take over. That was a good movie, by the way. I just didn't like the ending when the girl, she went into the room. And I'm like, you seen 100 birds in that room. You went in there anyways. Like, you know, you set yourself up for failure. Crows follow him. I know they give him shiny gifts. What, like they're pooping on him? Nah. Them birds ain't doing that. They got too much respect and love for that man. They like, we can't do that to him. He's like, he's the leader. Them crows probably think he's like president of the United States or something. This coin, shiny rocks, ballcast, something rings. Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say. Well, maybe if it's like lost at the beach or something, but I don't think them birds would be going around like robbing people. Like, I wouldn't even know how to react to that. Like, that man, he just goes to a bank and he just robs the banks with crows. That's like that one. There was the one movie. That movie is probably one of the most craziest like movies I've watched. But it's this movie called Willard. And that dude, he didn't control crows, he controlled rats. So imagine walking in this man's house and that man, no, there's a hoarder off of that TV show. And he had like a rat problem. That man, he had like over 100 rats. If not more than that. It's in the street, their brain. Sorry, I know, right? But nah, that movie Willard, I think is good enough. Probably. Welcome back, Fishy. But nah, that movie Willard, that movie was wild. That's the person I just went. That man controlled rats. Like, that's just crazy. Killed his boss. What else did he do in that movie? Almost had this one girl liking him, and then... Wait, I swear, man. I can tell, Fishy, you're one of those friends where it's just you ain't got no filter. I get 19,000. Oh, I got 20,000. I wonder why is it taking me so long to get 4,000 kilometers in this game. See if there's anything else to play. That skateboard game was not good at all. It has not been, I swear, man, gaming has been dry. Why they keep releasing? It's like, bro, this game's released like 15 to like 100 different times. Had a crazy school trip. I don't think so. I've had like memorable field trips, but no, I don't think I've ever had like no crazy trip. Yeah, it's like for the most part, all my field trips was like all like, you know, pretty good. No, it was funny though. I remember the one teacher, she threatened to call my mom and have her pick me up from this like camp that we were at. It's much crazy, but very eventful. Oh yeah, for sure. I've had eventful field trips, but no, the teacher, she was like, she goes on to say, and so I get home, clean. I know, right? But no, it was funny because the teacher, she had she was just like, now, like, she was like, now class, be quiet. Like, we gotta get up early tomorrow, so everybody just be quiet. Like 5 seconds later, I started singing Ricky Ricardo music from I Love Lucy. Probably play a mission in this real quick. But yeah, that teacher, she was heated. She's like, Tyler, this is your final warning. If I have to tell you one more time, she was like, I'm calling your mom. I was like, you really think my mom, like, we are near mountains. I'm like, my mom is not gonna come all the way out here to pick me up. It's like, fam, like, who would come out here and pick me? I'm like, nah, that kid is in your hands now. It's like, what other things? And it's like, I always just getting into it with teachers at my school. That's honestly how I look when I be walking places. If it's raining outside, I look just like that. I don't have like swords and stuff, but
there you go.
One of my trips, tire blew 5 times. Dissected a squid. Student lost his glasses. The whole shit. Bill fell out of a tree trying to impress a girl. Broke his arm to get helicoptered home. Dang. Boy tried to sneak into the girl's kid. That is crazy. Yeah, I had to say, no, we did do like this 3-day camp where, so a girl, she rolled out of a bed, trying to, I think, what was she trying? I think, yeah, she just overall rolled out of a bed and broke her arm. And then, what else happened? Oh, yeah, they gave me this, like, cracked out horse, because we all went horseback riding. And, because the horse, like, the back had kept twitching and stuff. I'm like, and then it kept stopping off and eating grass. I'm like, why did you guys not feed this horse before we got out here? What other things happened? Oh, then we got, like, I got stuck in some mud. Like, the mud went all the way, like, past my knee. What other crazy things happened? That was about it. That was a pretty good day. That was a good 3 days, too. I like that, that camping trip.
Let's take a walk. Your file says you've done some memory research before, but not to this extent, which is surprising. You're very good. The data streams are very stable.
And then the other camp, that was like a 1-day camp.
Impressive, right? This building is barely 6 months old.
Yeah, it's like not a whole lot happened on that trip.
For a few years. Since 2010.
I would go see, that's what they had us do. We would go see some Seattle Storm games. I thought that was pretty dope.
Maybe you saw Liberation? That was our first title powered by Animus Tech. That was just the tip of the iceberg. Soon, we'll be unveiling commercial Animus servers for the whole
Like some of the
world
schools,
to
or
enjoy.
at least the
They'll offer
one elementary
massive
school,
experiences,
they
of
had
course.
money. We was
Edited
going on a
versions of
field
free
trip
art
at least
history,
like once a
but only
week.
the exciting parts.
They was
And
like, all
I
right,
think
we can't
found
afford a field
perfect
trip, so
subject
let's
for
just
our
go to the
first
beach, go
full-length
to the
virtual
park.
feature. Caribbean Pirates. So that's your gig. It'll just take a minute, okay?
Well, thank you, Nancy. Bonne journée.
Hey, that's a dope outfit. Where you get that at? Nike store? Hold on, let me see the front.
C'est bon, c'était prêt. Magnifique.
Let me see the front side of it. What is you, a pizza person? I don't like her outfit no more. They ain't had no logos and stuff. All right, I'm back. Where we going?
This is for you. The primary tool of our trade. Your communicator. Power it up and give it a look. It's pretty slick.
Dang, you just gonna let that woman just cut you off like that?
You might have noticed that security seems a little light around here. That's because your communicator is your key to
Oh, the horse thing reminded me of a few things. We were walking on the beach and some horse almost ran us over. Teachers and students sentence for shark teeth. Python tried to go up my short. Dang! Last night I got homesick because it was a week trip and I couldn't sleep. Girls got spooked because I wasn't responding. Told the teacher. Teacher took me on a walk. We're in the middle of the night. That's crazy. I freaking screamed if a python was going up my leg. Because that's something where it's, you know, I'm just like, I overthink too much. Thank you for the follow, Ben. But, yeah, I'm like, I just, you know.
It means you're hooked up to the elevator. I'll let you do the honors. We're headed up to the Sample 17 studio, 2nd floor.
What am I doing? Well, that's fancy.
You ready? Let's go.
Going to the 17th floor. Yeah, I figured it out. No, I didn't want to do that. I just want to, like, get the... Because it's like, block it off the screen. What happened?
There's the boss, Olivier Garneau, our CCO. I'll introduce you. Bonjour.
Salut, Mélanie.
It's not a boss. That's Stephen King's son.
Have you met our new hire? Just started today.
I haven't. Bonjour. What project?
Sample 17, the Kenway line.
Kaydam, Connor...
Edward, the pirate.
Yar, matey.
I'm like, don't do that no more, bruh.
Very exciting. Welcome aboard. Mélanie, can we talk in your office for a minute?
Just let me get this one settled and I'll see you in 5
Oh,
minutes.
she gonna get fired.
Nice to
Watch.
meet
Y'all, you didn't hear how he said that?
This is the Sample 17 floor. We're diving into the memories of one very generous donor. Desmond
I know a
Miles.
person
We're
gonna
pulling
get fired.
all the best stuff from his DNA. And hopefully one day we can forge some fantastic
See, my
experiences
evil-minded
from what we
self,
find in them.
like, I sneak around that guy and start banging on the table and scare him.
Wizards and IT.
He might mess around and cut a wire and then shut the power down this whole building. See, that's why y'all can't take me out nowhere.
So here we are, your very own Animus workstation. This is all yours. So sit back, relax, and...
Oh, this is my desk? This is my area?
If you need any hints or tips, the Animus is loaded with tutorial
He was
programs.
dead, laying like that. If somebody, I would quit. I would quit. If this guy was working on my area and then this man just laid out and he's dead, I'm like, ain't not one person tried to stop him or help him out or nothing. Y'all just let this man just be dead. I'm like, nah. I quit. Said, forget this. I ain't cut out for this.
Welcome to Animus Omega, Abstergo Entertainment's proprietary ancestral memory research tool. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about how to operate your Animus console, please contact your project supervisor, Melanie LeMay.
Well, she might get fired because that guy, he was just all like, hey, I'm need to talk to you real quick.
Primary research target is Edward James Kenway, born March 10, 1693, Swansea, Wales. Calibrations complete. All signs normal. All systems optimal. Extra neurotransmitters activated.
She has to fire someone she hired. Dang, I might get fired. Because I feel like they just hired me. I mean, dang, so I might get fired. Like, bro, I just started here. I'm like, that's messed up, man. I didn't even do nothing. This kind of makes me look stupid. Appreciate follow, cuz. Hey, Fishy, I'm just saying, like, that, you know, we don't do that here. So, you know, you want to get followers, you just got to be a interesting content creator to get followers.
See someone you know? No, just putting on a friendly face. I shouldn't want to
But going into people's streams, you know, following them, expecting them to follow back, like, that's not going to get you followers.
Mad to think Spain and England were at war 2 years ago, isn't it? Here I am, bartering with Spaniards like they were my cousins. Nothing wrong, Duncan?
No, it's nothing. Sand in my hampers. So where's the best squad in town? I'm dying for a quick kip. Or a siesta, should I say.
I'm just headed to a public house now to meet some merchants. I could show you the way.
Well, lead on.
I hope you'll tarry a bit while I conduct my meeting. It'd be a great relief to have a man of your stature nearby in case of a misunderstanding.
I can hang about. I might have a drink.
Splendid. Drink.
But they don't take kindly to pirates here, do they? Wonder how many stolen reals bought these men this purge.
It's like, what's he trying to do?
Hola, ladies.
You don't know these women, do you?
No, they charge money for that kind of privilege.
Say
2 dozen
nah.
real for every hour of knowing. Keen to meet them.
No, goodness no, I'm a married man.
Married men are their forte.
That cat? Can I pet it? I can't even pet the cat. Why they put animals in games? You can't even pet them. That doesn't make any sense.
Aha! Here's a purveyor of personal defenses. I should acquire a blade for myself, Duncan, just as you have.
This rusty razor's nothing to admire.
That's so much. Yeah, it's like, man, it's like, oh, you know, put like petable animals in games. It's like, oh, you can stand there and do whatever with those women, but you can't pet no animal. I'm like, man, that doesn't even make any sense.
Lend us a few reals, then. I did.
They have dogs, you can pet them. That's crazy.
Of course.
Cheers.
What am I buying from him? Oh, there goes all my money getting the British cutlass.
To me. How do you fare?
Cats in Minecraft. Yeah, I liking the pet animals.
Small knife, sadly. Still, it'll do in a pinch. Oh, puffer duff. I have led us astray, Duncan.
Oh, no matter. I'll get us a better view. What are we looking for?
A tavern with a sort of court.
Dang, it's like you all in my face yelling and screaming.
My goodness, you're an agile chap.
Every finger's a fishhook. That's how you tell a true sailor.
Yes, a fine way to put it.
Ain't no way I'll do this in real life. I ain't that coordinated.
I think I see the place. We're not far. Hang tight.
Oh, he's got me blind. Go, what do I do?
experimentation. Oh yeah, I'm all for it.
I think my heart's
Stop or I'll break your knees when I catch you.
But it's like, how you just gonna let somebody just rob you like that? It's like, come on now. It's like, move out the way, people.
You robbed the wrong man, mate. A fellow with dangerous friends.
I like how they just watched me just straight up killed that man. It was just like, oh, all right. Like that's normal. See, Brian's kind of funky. Yeah, because this game, it did come out some time ago. And then when they remastered, it wasn't like really a remaster. They just kind of like changed the graphics a little bit where it doesn't look all blurry and stuff. So it's still the same game from like Xbox 360, but just somewhat better looking on Xbox. Like, well, this is not because this came out for the Xbox One.
Lucky King George, having a piss pot like you flying his
Dang,
flag.
that man drunk.
Oi! Skulk! I've seen your face before. You's mates with them pirates down in Nassau.
It's kind of like
Fucking gobbler, I'll fill it with shot, you hear me?
Edward, is it?
so, us.
Yeah, I warned him.
Dang. Damn, got the Versace wet? Nah.
You want a dust up? I'll give you one.
Dang.
Come on, lads. I've seen bigger arms on a girl.
Dang. Alright. So now you just saw it. Okay.
One more. Come on.
Bruh. It's like, y'all better stop. Alright. Don't shoot. Okay. Dang. Broke his body.
You're not leaving me.
I'll catch you up. Perro inglés.
Wait, okay. Smoke bomb. Hey, yo, they shooting! And they's all like, nah, we gotta shoot that man. Is it raining for you? I don't think it is. It might be raining. It probably, but I think... I don't hear nothing. That was a mission?
Hey, tú, espera. Alto. No te escaparás tan fácilmente,
So you ain't catching me, homie. Sorry, sir. Then they have a...
Suena muy bien.
Like, they can't see no dude that's like 6 feet tall and he's just... I swear, man.
Work your magic.
Wow. They get distracted just like that. Alright. Just start here. Here taps on the window. Yeah. Yeah, if it's starting to rain, I'm like, let me go ahead, call it a day with the stream. Because I am getting tired, but still, I'm like, I don't want the weather to start interfering in my stream. So, till next time, I will talk to everybody later. Appreciate the follows and everybody stopping by today. But, yeah, until next time, I think I'll probably end up playing some more of Assassin's Creed or figure out some other games to play. But most likely, I might end up playing Assassin's Creed. So, thank you to everybody that stopped by. Stay tuned for the next stream, and peace.